Okay, it's been a while since I have made a video, so let's get back into doing it. It's been a bit of a shame because I should have been doing more, but I just keep getting sidetracked at things. But anyway, I went to the. Unfortunately, of course, I've actually got a pile of videos. I've already uploaded. I just haven't published, so it looks worse than it really is. So we're going to do a polybag. So what I was going to say before I got rudely interrupted by myself was that I went to the Lego shop in Auckland today and they had some more polybags. In fact, they seem to have a whole pile. The Facebook group that I follow, two of them, posted one photo of what polybags they had, and they had a whole bunch of new ones. And then I went in and because I saw them, and half of them had gone already, and they got a bunch of new other ones. So they actually had a Mulan one of these, and that had gone before I got here. So this is like, I guess, Rapunzel or something. Better than nothing, because I got a couple of them. So we'll just do that. But I still have some boxes of Lego and a whole bunch of other things to do. So that's why it's been absolutely appalling that I haven't been making videos recently. Well, a lot of the things I want to do are like, they're kind of like, they're going to be half-hour ones. And they're going to, what's that, where that thing got to? They're going to, I have actually tidied up this desk ever so slightly. ever, like a tiny bit. They take like a lot of, you have to sort of, they're going to be like multi-video things, and I just kind of wanted some small things to get back into it. So some polybags is a good choice, right? And it's always good to have a few more Disney princess thingies, except I'm getting a bit tired of having blonde ones. But that's okay. That's why I would like the Mulan one, but that's gone. Hopefully they just put those out and then they'll cycle them around, and when I go back there'll be some more Mulan ones. They had like some strange ones. Like there was a hidden whatever. I think it's called Hidden Side, right? That series that didn't really work, and I've never managed to actually get one of either. Well, they had like a polybag of that, but I decided not to buy that because they didn't seem very excited. They had a Harry Potter one that did not seem very excited at all. Exciting, because it was just like, isn't that just like this is my thoughts, so this is me thinking, my brain was going, isn't that like just a couple of things from the advent calendar from like 2000, like the year before last, the advent calendar that I have actually done on this channel. And I'm like, well, I just actually bought the Harry Potter advent calendar for last year, so I'm pretty good for those kind of things. I probably will get it at some point, but I just thought, like, what's the point when I can get this one and a couple of other ones that are, well, one other one that was really good, I thought, pretty good value indeed, and one that was just like, whatever. So we'll do this one, which I thought was pretty cool. Because like, look at, I mean, the main thing is this little chameleon type character, or froggy slash chameleon thing. So again, I guess it's just like a Tangled thing. I've never seen Tangled, so I honestly can't make any comments. It's like one of those films that I have to get around at some point to watching, obviously, because I have to get around to watching every single film ever made, especially if they're Disney films. I guess that's not entirely true. I have been watching films recently, so I have been keeping up with the Joneses by watching films that I've already seen a lot of times and that are quite old, because that's how you do things around here. Anyway, this is all over the show. I have watching a lot of film cow videos this evening, including the Marshmallow People ones and the Charlie the Unicorn and other ones like that. So that's all over the show, and not particularly, today type thing, because like, they are. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, that's that bit done. I'm actually not doing this by following the instructions. I'm just picking the pieces up and trying to make that thing. I literally am just looking at this very last one here and just putting the pieces together, because you can do that with these kind of things. You don't have to do it step by step. Which makes me think of a song, which is probably In Sync. Is it? I don't know. Who sings that step by step song? Since we're all thinking about the past, but I wasn't, because I've been watching things that aren't exactly in the past, as I've been saying. I feel like I'm just making these things up. I really have been watching, but I really do know what new things are. But, oh gosh, things are falling over. What are we doing? We're doing this, putting a head on, which is again, actually it was the first thing in here. It's this strange hairpin. I've had this before, I am sure. It feels so weird to look at this because it has a very flat, you can't see it on the camera. And if I do the whole thing in the camera, I really got to fix the camera up because it just refocuses all the time. Just keep my hands down here, and even then it's quite bad. I going to change the settings on the camera at some point to just stay at the same focus, and then think about at some point getting a deeper focused camera, or learning how to do that myself if I could on this camera, which I don't think I can. But anyway, that's her hair, but it's flat on the bottom, like it's really unnervingly smooth and flat, and I'm sure that's how most of the hairs are, but for some reason that feels weird. I guess it's because it has to, it has to be flat because it's got to line up with her back. But there she is. She looks pretty cool. She's got that sort of weird skirt thing that doesn't quite look like a skirt. It looks almost like it kind of looks like she's wearing 3/4 pants. I guess if you look at the back, because it's got the little slip bit there, but it does sort of come across when I'm holding her like that, looking at it, that she's wearing 3/4 pants, which is fine with me, or some other kind of, what are they, like culottes or whatever, instead of what I think she's supposed to be wearing. But that's just probably my imagination. Who knows? I actually have always been a big fan of 3/4 pants and have worn 3/4 pants for much of my life. But I haven't been in recent years. I've just basically gone between wearing shorts all the time or wearing trousers, which is the way of life. I think you get to that point in your life where you're like, oh, I just can't wear 3/4 pants anymore. Which is actually not true. Like, I'm pretty sure that nobody wears 3/4 pants, and it's just me. But they are useful. I just feel like it's just got too warm in the last few years that in summer it's like, no, I just want to wear shorts, and in winter it's like, it's too cold. I'm too old for this stuff. So that time period where I feel comfortable wearing those kind of trousers just doesn't exist anymore. And the hard truth that we all have to accept is that nobody else wears those kind of pants anymore. Well, very few people do. Occasionally somebody does. But this is the way of things. Let's just look over here. And I'm going to have to cough, but I don't want to cough, so I'm not going to cough. I'm just going to hold it. I listened to one of my videos beforehand, and I sounded like my voice was going to completely disappear. I have to pay attention. So this goes like this. Oh, and these brown things are in this step. Okay, I am going to actually pay attention to the instructions, because I want this to be exactly perfect. I will not settle for anything less. And, oh, okay, this is the step that I'm missing. It's these things here. So this is where I was getting confused. That goes there, and that goes there. So what if that doesn't have a little... It doesn't. Oh, great. Okay, cool. Fine. And no, I've still got to put this bit on the front, which is this thing. Okay, that goes there. And the purple one, there's two purple ones. The purple one there goes there, and then the other purple one goes like, there's one of these strange things. I did look at the pick-a-brick things today, but they weren't that exciting. But they always have a lot of these smooth, like dippy, I don't know what you call these, but these kind of pieces that sort of like, I've got tons of the other ones around. I do have the pick-a-brick, which makes me actually think, my goodness, this is going to be exciting. Actually, things are going to get pretty cool. Maybe I'll do the pick-a-brick after this, just to make sure that it all makes sense. So that goes there, that goes there. There's a little gold one of these at the back. I'm really hoping that at the pick-a-brick they have a whole pile of these pieces at some point. Just hoping. Right. Which is weird, because normally you wouldn't really care about these kind of pieces, but because you get so many things in the pick-a-brick thing that kind of have to attach to that in order to be useful. So, well, these are quite neat. I don't get... How many of these have I ever got? I like these ones. So there's a flower goes on top of that, and then that goes onto the side. I really am taking way too long on this video. It's not too late though, it's not that late, so I shouldn't actually cough. I think it's just, I'm wearing a very thick scarf, and now that I've actually started doing this video in front of the camera lights, it's getting very warm. I can't really take the scarf off. It's like the thickest scarf I have ever seen in my life. But I couldn't find my other scarves, and it's scarf wearing weather. So I like scarves because they don't feel like they're that heavy. They don't take up too much space on your body. Yet they do, for me, give me a sense of warmth that I would not otherwise have. So, because I live in such a chilly icicle place. Another one of these, so I've only ever had a black one of these. Normally they go the other way around, if you're like that. So it's quite neat to see them being used this way. So that's that bit done. And then the very last thing is this. So this is going to come up, I'm pretty sure, in a minute. Or in the next video. So we've done this, but we have all these leftover bits. So I'm confused as to what. So, oh, she was supposed to have flowers on the back. And I'm also kind of confused about one other thing. Which is, why do you get a spare one of these? Like, these are pretty large. Of significant size. And I still think I've got extra flowers that I shouldn't have. Shouldn't I have one spare of each, but I've got two spares of each? Or have I done something wrong? Or am I meant to actually have two? Maybe they just gave me... Maybe I just got an extra one of... No, that doesn't make any sense, because then there's an extra yellow. Oh, well that's very strange. But it's nice to have an extra one. So I have an extra one. And so what do I think of this for the price? Well, it's fine. It's good. These things are always pretty good value. Some cool little flowers, and probably the star of the show is definitely this little character here, because how often... Oh, maybe they're meant to have a yellow flower on their head. They don't seem to. They do have the hole on their head for it though. So we'll fill up their hole on their head. Well, that looks like they've got like one of those silly hats on their heads. They look like little helicopter things. But they do look pretty good with the flower. So that's... Oh, and then they sit here. So is it... So I guess she does have to have a hairbrush. Like that's like it has to be Rapunzel because she has a hairbrush. Because obviously your hair couldn't be like that long, so they have to emphasize the hairness with this, I'm guessing. But she could also have yet another flower on the top of her head. So that's all of the flowers that you could have. They don't quite go. Like I feel like when they're over here, they don't quite go that far because it is pretty distasteful. Like I don't think it really looks that good, but it does look better with a slightly more understated look of only two flowers. So I shall remember that next time I myself am preparing my hair for formal occasions. So thanks for watching that. That was pretty fun. It was all good. I really wanted the Milan one though, to be honest. Like I'm a little bit put out by the whole thing, but it's better than nothing. So I wanted that. I wanted the Milan one had like a cool little animal thing. Thanks for watching. I think it was based on the new movie though. So thanks for watching anyhow, and like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to go back to making new videos. Not that anyone actually cares, but bye.